The Houston community was left in shock and mourning after the tragic death of 21-year-old Muna Pandai, a promising nursing student at Houston Community College. Muna, originally from Nepal, was found dead in her apartment on August 24, 2024, with multiple gunshot wounds, including an execution-style shot to the back of her head. The circumstances surrounding Muna's death were initially shrouded in mystery. The discovery of her body came after an anonymous tip to the apartment complex staff. The caller, a male with no caller ID, simply stated that someone was dead in a specific apartment before abruptly ending the call. This cryptic message led apartment managers to check on Muna's residence, where they made the grim discovery. Upon entering the apartment, detectives found no signs of forced entry, suggesting that Muna likely knew her killer. The door was unlocked when the apartment manager arrived, adding to the suspicion that the perpetrator was someone familiar to the victim. This initial observation would prove crucial in the ensuing investigation. As detectives delved deeper into Muna's background, they uncovered a troubling detail from her recent past. Friends of Muna revealed that she had been dealing with a stalker about a year prior to her death. In response to this threat, Muna had installed a motion-activated camera outside her front door. This security measure, intended to protect her, ultimately played a pivotal role in identifying her alleged killer. The surveillance footage captured by Muna's camera on the night of August 24 provided investigators with a breakthrough. At 8:40 p.m., camera recorded Muna standing at her apartment door, with a man later identified as 51-year-old Bobby Singh Shah. The footage showed a chilling scene. Shah, dressed in a blue shirt and khaki pants, was holding a black pistol in his right hand, repeatedly demanding that Muna open the door. When Muna asked, "What are you going to do?" Shah responded by racking the slide of the gun and reiterating his demand. Muna complied, and Shah pushed her inside, locking the door behind them. Approximately an hour later, at 9:48 p.m., the camera captured Shah leaving Muna's apartment. Disturbingly, he appeared to be carrying the black purse that Muna had been seen with earlier. This time frame aligned with a neighbor's report of hearing a loud thumping noise from Muna's apartment. The release of the surveillance photo to the public proved to be a crucial turning point in the investigation. Within days, at least 2 individuals came forward, recognizing Shah from the image. The first tip came from a man who stated that Shah had been a regular customer at his restaurant. This individual also mentioned an acquaintance who had previously considered going into business with Shah, providing investigators with potential leads to explore. The second tip came from a woman who recognized Shah from years ago. In her statement to the police, she revealed that she had met Shah through a sugar daddy website in 2012, knowing him as Bobby Shah. This information added a new dimension to the investigation, hinting at possible motives or connections that needed to be explored further. Armed with this information and the damning surveillance footage, law enforcement moved quickly. Bobby Singh Shah was arrested during a traffic stop within hours of the surveillance photo being released to the public. He was subsequently charged with capital murder, and a judge denied him bond, keeping him in custody as the case progressed. Probable cause statement filed with the court in Harris County provided a detailed account of the crime scene. It described Muna's body positioned on the bed, lying on her left side with multiple gunshot wounds to her torso. A projectile was visibly protruding from the back of her t-shirt, and the medical examiner noted a single gunshot wound to the back of her head. These details painted a picture of a brutal and deliberate attack. As the investigation unfolded, several questions remained unanswered. The exact nature of the relationship between Muna and Shah was unclear, while the surveillance footage showed a clear confrontation. The reason for Shah's presence at Muna's apartment that night was not immediately evident. Additionally, connection, if any, between Shah and the stalker Muna had reported a year earlier remained to be established. The case also highlighted the vulnerability of international students like Muna, who often find themselves far from their support systems. Muna's immediate family was in Nepal and Dubai, leaving her to navigate life in Houston largely on her own. This isolation may have made her more susceptible to potential dangers. In the wake of Muna's death, her friends rallied to support her family. They started a GoFundMe campaign to help bring Muna's mother to the United States from Nepal and to cover funeral expenses. The outpouring of support from the community demonstrated the impact Muna had made during her time in Houston and the shock and sadness felt by those who knew her. The case against Bobby Singh Shah is built on several key pieces of evidence. The surveillance footage provides clear visual documentation of his presence at Muna's apartment on the night of her death, as well as his aggressive behavior and possession of a weapon. Testimonies of the individuals who recognized Shah from the released photo offer additional corroboration of his identity. However, as the investigation continues, detectives are likely pursuing several avenues to strengthen the case. One crucial element that may provide additional evidence is Muna's missing cell phone. The fact that her phone was not found at the crime scene is unusual for someone of her age, and could potentially contain valuable information about her relationship with Shah or any communication they may have had leading up to the incident. Forensic evidence from the crime scene will also play a critical role. Given the multiple gunshot wounds, ballistics evidence could be crucial in linking the murder weapon to Shah. DNA evidence, if present, could further solidify the case against him. The investigation is also likely to delve deeper into Shah's background, exploring any potential connections to the Sugar Daddy website mentioned by one of the tipsters, as well as his history of relationships and any previous criminal activity. Understanding Shah's motivations and his relationship with Muna will be crucial in presenting a comprehensive case to the court. As the legal proceedings against Bobby Singh Shah move forward, community continues to grapple with the loss of a young woman who had come to the United States in pursuit of her dreams. Muna Pandai's story serves as a tragic reminder of the vulnerabilities faced by international students and the importance of community vigilance and support. The case also highlights the critical role that modern technology can play in solving crimes. Muna's decision to install a security camera, likely in response to her previous stalking incident, proved instrumental in quickly identifying her alleged killer. This underscores the potential of such security measures in both deterring crime and aiding in its resolution when prevention fails. As the investigation continues, detectives will work tirelessly to piece together the full story of what happened on that fateful night in August. They will explore every lead, analyze all available evidence, and work to ensure that justice is served for Muna Pandai. The prosecutor's office will be tasked with building a robust case against Shah, aiming to prove his guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. For Muna's family, friends, and the wider community, the road ahead will be challenging. The legal process can be long and emotionally taxing, particularly for those closely connected to the victim. Support services and counseling may be crucial in helping those affected navigate the aftermath of this tragedy. The case has also sparked discussions about the safety of international students in the United States. Universities and colleges may need to reevaluate their support systems and safety measures for students who are far from home and may be more vulnerable to exploitation or danger. This could include enhanced security measures in student housing, more comprehensive orientation programs that address personal safety, and improved support networks for international students. As the community mourns the loss of Muna Pandai, her story serves as a poignant reminder of the dreams and aspirations of countless international students who come to the United States seeking education and opportunities. It underscores the responsibility of communities to protect and support these individuals as they pursue their goals far from home. The tragic end to Muna's promising life has left an indelible mark on those who knew her and on the broader Houston community. As the case progresses through the legal system, many will be watching closely, hoping for answers and justice. Regardless of the outcome, Muna's memory will undoubtedly live on through the lives she touched and the dreams she inspired. In the face of such a devastating loss, communities often come together, finding strength in unity and shared grief. The outpouring of support for Muna's family, as evidenced by the GoFundMe campaign, demonstrates this human capacity for compassion in times of tragedy. It is through these acts of kindness and solidarity communities begin to heal and work towards preventing such incidents in the future. As the investigation into Muna Pandai's death continues and the legal proceedings against Bobby Singh Shaw unfold, many questions remain. The coming months and years will likely bring more details to light, hopefully providing some measure of closure for those affected by this tragedy. In the meantime, Muna's story serves as a somber reminder of the preciousness of life and the importance of community vigilance and support.